Yeah, good week. I mean, anytime we can get 2 wins, we're pretty excited about it. Georgia Southern game was tough. Played them tough. I think we got down by 7 and we're able to kind of come back. And how we always talk about how we play better from coming back, and then kind of different in this last game where Arkansas State, we were tied at half, and then we came out really well. I mean, played really well the third quarter, something that y'all have been talking about for all season. And so it's good to correct it. And so we just keep on telling us what we need to do, and we definitely will try to correct it. So it's good. Coming up, we got 2 more big games, I think, on the road that we really, really need to try to win. No split. We really got to try to win those.
Sources told me you guys have been struggling scoring, and then you could not miss in the third quarter. Were you even turning to your assistants and the other players like, what is going on? I mean, like 19-1 at one point.
Yeah, no, not really. I mean, to me, what I was excited about, and we've been talking about it all year, is how we're going to be able to defend. And I thought we did some pretty good adjustments over the year to kind of move some people around and make us better defensively, especially on inside. And I mean, I think we held them to 3. There was a minute and a half left in the third before they scored. So I was more impressed with the defensive side that we want. And in the shooting, I mean, Jalen James can shoot the ball, but she's been banged up, and she came out this year banged up. Kind of, when they get banged up, they don't work as hard sometimes on their own. And I grabbed her, and I had to go in the gym with her in the morning and make sure that she was doing some things. And then Coach Jay got her, and she's working now. And so now she's becoming the player that we thought she would be, being more consistent and stuff, or that Kevin thought she would be. And so it's exciting to see that. And, we haven't had Lene Wheaton all year, That's another – I mean, she's an offensive – she's kind of like instant offense. So, and then Brandy just can shoot it, You got to get her a little bit more consistent. I like her catch and shoot. I always say she's the best catch and shoot kid in our league, and that's what she needs to focus on and stuff. So, but we got some shooters, and now they're a little bit more healthy. And then when you can put them in together, they can't just guard one. They can't just face guard Brandy. They got to guard Jay, and I think that's going to be helping. Now point guards are playing better too, and you give them somebody to play with, I think they'll always play better.
Coach, you mentioned about getting with Jalen and trying to kind of wake her up as far as like working on her game more. Like, is that a part of the maturity process for a player of like showing them the way of like, hey, yes, you can be a good natural talent, but you also have to put the work in on the backside of it for her to develop and be the talent that she can be?
Well, I think she kept running. She ran out of excuses for not being better, And for me, it's like, and that was a great meeting after she hit she played a couple of good games. I said, what did I do? How did I change? I didn't change. I'm still me. I wanted you to be in the gym working and stuff like that. And it was so simple. Believe it or not, it wasn't her shot. It was where she was landing. She was jumping so far forward. I mean, it's something so simple. And I can break down a shot and pretty much tell on the women's side how we can try to correct some of the things. And we corrected it like that. But then it took, I always say, it takes a million other shots. You got to shoot another million to continue to get better, And it's just being consistent. But you're right, the maturity of her that's probably the biggest growth that she had, thanks to Coach A and Coach Deacon and all them. We work with her in meetings and talk to her through it. And, it's like, you can have all the excuses in the world, you're not going to get better. You got to start working. So I think she did. And I got to give her the credit, she has to do it. And so hopefully we can continue to grow. She's a player now. I watched her play since she's 12 years old. She's a player. It's just a matter of fact, she relies on the talent. It ain't going to work. That's a perfect statement. She's got to work harder and with the talent that she has.
How much of it do you think moving forward, the offensive consistency can come from the stable role that Robinson's got and how she's been?
Man, I know. My family is pretty big basketball people, and that's all I heard all weekend, especially on Sunday, was, man, the point guard's playing good. Man, I've been saying she's been really good since we recruited her, and to see that. But to give her some props, we have to put her in a position to be successful, and we didn't have the players healthy enough to be able to get that chemistry going and all that. But yeah, she's been playing great. I mean, but I love her attitude, very coachable, very good on the defensive side. Nobody's talking about how good she is on the defensive side, especially guarding the ball and stuff. But yeah, I think too, I mean, she just walked out of my office. She wanted to meet with me, to see what I thought and what I thought about the last 2 games and stuff. So that's sign of a kid that really wants to get better and cares about this team and stuff. So, I think the maturity's always been there for her. I think her not being comfortable has probably slowed her down a little bit, not kind of learning the system. We were laughing this now. I said how good defensively she don't take charges, or she's take maybe 1 or 2 of them, and she's that athletic to be able to do those things. We never taught that. No, sir. Never did, didn't. Still trying to figure it out, and so I think you're going to see a lot of good things in her. And if we can continue, I think she's going to be a big part of us making maybe a run in the tournament if she can continue to get us more consistent.
What is it that you were able to do? Because you played Arkansas State twice, and Higginbottom hadn't been a factor in either game, and nobody else has been able to really slow her down or stop her. What is it that you guys have done there?
We call it face guard. In other words, we limit her touches as much. You can, at the beginning of the game, you're going to be watching and she's going to be getting hers because she's fresh and all that. But if you got to, I don't know, when you play basketball, when you have to work to get open, to get the ball, and then once you have the ball, then you got to go make a play. And that's what she is. She's a player. So we make her work to catch the ball every possession. So she's working, and she does. She'll get it in the first quarter. She scored maybe that first 6 or whatever. But we don't get nervous about it because I've been doing it for 40 years. It's like, and you keep on doing it for 40 minutes. Now, we're rotating people on her because it's hard to do. It's hard to face guard somebody, especially in the full court. And we try to do that. And so we limit her touch. I don't think we did as good a job this time as last time, but I think she was more prepared because what they did is the best thing to do is probably go screen. Instead of her running off of screens, they go and set her to screen to pop to get the ball. That's hard to guard, or it's hard to keep them from getting the ball. But we do a pretty good job calling jump switching. Instead of just switching, we jump switch and we jump at them. And so I think it was somewhat effective this game.
You said you didn't do as good a job. She had 1 field goal up in Jonesboro. She might have had 2. Now she got to the free throw line a little bit. Okay, in the game here, but 3 field goals in 2 games is pretty impressive.
Yeah, I thought so too. I think we were the only ones to hold it a single-digit scoring this year, and that's pretty good for us, But it's the plan, It's like, and again, we can have the plan if our players don't execute it. And man, I tell you what, they bought into it. They take pride in on trying to slow somebody down and stuff. So it's not that hard to get them to do it.
So now it's not like it's been a long winning streak, but you taste a little success now. What about just handling that, playing someone who doesn't have a good record, just handling it?
That's a tough thing. You're right. Sometimes you play down to maybe what the other team does or whatever, or you take them for granted. And I've have a lot of since I've been have a lot of teams that do that, that I've coached and stuff like that, and it's hard, because I'm really nervous. We're worried about can we execute this plan against whoever we're playing. But you're right. It's easy to do these days. It's to slip up and not take somebody seriously, and they come out and they play well too. I've always felt that we're that type of team. We're not going to score a lot, and we're going to play defense, and all of a sudden we lack our defense, and they'll do some scoring, and we can't keep up with them. So that's always a scary thought too. I think just with this team, the little bit of success that we've had the last 3 games and how we played some of the game. James Madison was probably one of the better games we played, and should have won the game, but we didn't, and so. I think they're in a position right now that they're a little bit more hungry to try to finish off. I was laughing with our coaches while we had a recruiting meeting this morning, and that was one of the things that we brought up. Maybe it's going to be good to lose 1 more before you get in the tournament, because that's a lot of wins. That would be a lot of wins. You kind of wonder about that. Can we win 3 out of the 4 instead of all 4 of them? Because you win all 4 of them, then you can't lose another game. So you tell me, you're superstitious, so tell me what I should do.
So what I want to know is Tamara ready to score? It looks like she might be.
I can't tell you what I did. Her mask is bothering her, but a lot of these young ladies like to wear the lashes, and so we had a agreement. She wants to take the mask off, but I won't let her because I don't want her to break her nose again. But I asked her to take the lashes off to try it, and it seemed to me it worked last game, huh? So I think we're gonna be fine. No, she's ready. She's being more aggressive. I'm kind of worried about her outside shot because she's hesitant to shoot it. And I don't want really her to be hesitant, but I really like her attacking the goal. But how about offensive rebounding? This kid can offensive rebound with the best of them, man. Just her heart and how hard she plays and stuff like that is pretty big.